Hello guys, how are you today? I am back with you today to decorate this book. I've got it made. I just got drink all over me. I've got it made. I just need to put everything in the book. So, not everything's done, but you know, there's a lot done. I'm sorry, that's my drink. I'm making noises. So we need to put pockets and so forth. But I want to show you where we're at so far with it. And I don't know what's going to go in it, not go in it. Of course, Sadie bit the fire out of me just a few minutes ago. Not on purpose. She was stretching up my leg to my arm for me to pet her, so I was petting her on her back, and she just kind of went and put her mouth around my arm. She does that when she's getting attention. And her tooth got hung on my wrist. And, I mean, it's like when she went down, the tooth stayed in my arm. So, yeah, I had to put peroxide and rinse it out and all that jazz. So, we'll see what happens. All right, so I want to show you how beautiful the ribbon came out, or the lace came out. See how it just floats down? I love it. It's really pretty. Let me hold it up where you can see. I didn't go overkill on putting the lace on because I wanted it to just, you know, not be heavy and bulky. Okay, so we're going to open it up. Right now, this is going to be the subject right here. I'm not going to put the library pocket there because I'm going to put it in the back. So let's just go straight back there and do it. Now, remember, we're not inking anything for this book because it's got so much bright white in it. I decided that it was better not to ink. And it looks better not inked. Okay, so I'm looking for the library card. Okay, what did I do with that? There it is. Now, this is kind of a grayish beige, but I want to use it because it has the word happy on it. But I'm going to do some things to brighten it up. For one thing, I'm going to put this lovely sticker on here. And see if that doesn't help a little bit. And we'll go from there. Hope you guys are having a great day. This is the first time I've done a video during the day in some time. Usually I end up being so behind that I have to end up doing it at night. But not today. I actually am running on time. It's a miracle, I know. I thought this would be a good thing to do. We haven't decorated a book together in some time. So I added some of the nail polish, the 100% strength, I believe it's acetone or whatever, to my, yes it is, I think, to my glue to see if it helped because it's got so much thickness going on. So let's see here. Just going to center this on here. I'm not making it a pocket or anything. I just want to bring a little bit of brightness to this card. And of course, because I added that stuff, it's going to make my my glue a little thin. So let me lay out something here to keep from getting it on my... I had a piece of paper here. Hold on just 1 second. Let me grab it. You'd be shocked that one of these days I'm actually going to clean my room. Clean my room. What's that? Oh my goodness, it needs it. But the thing is, with the whole new everybody collaging and everybody loving it, including me, you got to keep your stuff handy so you can actually do it, you know. If you put stuff away in boxes or shelves or drawers or wherever it is you keep them, then you don't, you can't get to everything you've got to collage with. This is what I have found anyway. And so, anyway, so I have kind of kept my table messy because of that. I'm going on a scrapbooking retreat this weekend. And actually, it's really just it's not an overnight retreat. It's in town. And so we're just getting together someplace and a bunch of us and scrapbooking. So I'm still trying to finish my Christmas photo album. I think I'm going to work on that until I get it done. And then I'll show it to you guys. Yeah, this stuff, I got to really do half the ink, or why am I calling it ink? Do half the glue with whenever you first put this stuff in your bottle. I haven't done it that many times to figure it completely out, but it does kind of loosen up the glue. Okay, so I think maybe we've gotten most of it. That's crazy. Okay, so I just thought this word lovely was, I had it in my stash and I thought it would look cute on here. And I may go back and do some other things to it too, but I liked that it had the same green and so forth. And so there we go. Okay, now we can move this. I just didn't want to get my book all gunky here. So I thought we would put, I really don't want to put it down in the corners because I don't know yet what I'm going to do as far as whether or not it's going to need a hitch post. It's going to depend on how chunky it is when I'm done. I'm trying not to over chunky the books so people can actually do their books, you know. At least that's what my goal is for them, is that they can actually, I know this looks like a lot, but this little card is heavier than most of your stuff that you use in your book. But I'm trying to get where I kind of smooth it out on the edges so it kind of goes up to the edges. And sometimes I think it kind of leaks, you know, when you do that. So, yeah, this, I might have to go back to using the other one. But I think I put some in it too last night, and I don't know how it's going to react. So we're just going to get a little bit of it off here. Do you guys ever have to do that? You probably don't go as crazy as I do. Listen, if you ever get a book from me, it's going to be glued together. That much is for sure. You don't have to worry about it falling apart on you. At least that's my plan, that it won't. Okay, let me make sure. I can feel a little bit on the sides, and when that happens, you know, that's not always good. So, what have you guys been doing? Have you been collaging? I haven't really heard from a lot of you lately. I mean, I'm hearing from some of the regular people, but where are the rest of you at? You all taking a comment rest right now? I need you to talk to me and let me know you're out there. I know you're out there because I see the numbers. But I'd love to hear from you. Let's see. Okay, let's put this right in the middle, or pretty much in the middle. Okay. And this is, I'm just centering it, and I'm thinking I want to put a library card in there, but also we may have to make something to stuff down in there with it. Right? I'm using these Huggies to try to keep my book to hold down. That's one of the hardest parts about decorating your book at the end, isn't it? Can't get it to cooperate. So right now what we're going to be putting in the book is basically the things that I made, the pockets and so forth. Now, not everything is probably made for this book, and we may go back and do a video to once we know what we need. And this is going to be the library card in here. But it seems, I guess it's not short. I thought it was going to be too short, but there it is. It says due date right there. All right. All right, so now I thought what we could do is add all the pockets. That way we know they all have a home, because I like to put plenty in here for everybody to be able to put all their tags and so forth. So let me make sure I'm where I need to be. Okay, now let's kind of look here. I didn't go crazy. This book does have a lot of pages, but they're not, they're white pages and colored pages and pages that I thought would go with the color scheme well. And there's a lot of journaling space in this book, guys. So on the solid white pages, which would normally be your tea stain paper, I sewed well, first of all, I sewed the lace on with white thread. And then I zigzagged the pages that had just white paper. And I alternated black and pink. And I'm going to show you what I mean here, because I just thought it gave it a little bit. There you go. There's the pink. And so I thought what we would do is try to keep as many of the pages clear for you to journal, except for there's another pink, there's another black. So they're all, it's just every one of them is done front and back. So you'll know that there's plenty. Okay, so we're going to start right here on this little bow paper. And now I am going to add this little, this is one of my tag pockets, or tag in a tag pocket. And so I put the little eyelashes right here to pull them in and out, to pull it in and out. And I thought these little girls were really cute, and I wanted to incorporate them in the book, so I thought this was a good place to do it. So you always want to have these just hang off, you know, a little bit. Not hang off, but just inside, you know, off to the side a little bit. About 1/4 of an inch is what I recommend. And I stitched this little book with black ink. Of course, the back I didn't worry about, so it didn't look as pretty as the rest of it. But, yeah, this glue is thin, on the thin side. It always seems that way at first, but then it thickens up, just so you know. I've learned that also. You guys are out there going, oh my gosh, Paula, it's really not me, it's really this bottle. But I think we can manage with it. I'll just keep scooping it to the middle and it'll be okay. And wiping it off the sides. If I have any question at all, that's why I keep lots of wipies on my table. I don't care how many I go through, I buy them by the case. And it's not a problem for me. Okay. This is the sort of thing you don't want to fall off of your book, because it's heavier. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to line it up. Let me turn the book sideways first, I think. I don't want to get in the camera with my big old head, but let's see. About like that. Okay. Now you do want to kind of hold this for a little bit and make sure, you know, it has a chance to adhere. And that's kind of why I did it for the library card in this first, because they were the heavy things. And I wanted them to, before the book got too bulky. I really like that this book turned out really, it lays super flat. See that? I love that. And so, I think that'll make it lots easier to journal too. Because that's always where I get frustrated with mine is that I, you know, I get so much in it that I can't really, so I'm just checking to make sure everything is sticking down without any problems, without any leakage. We have no leakage of glue. I'm just checking. Must have got that one just right. Okay, now we're going to slip this in, but I think I'm going to let this dry really good before we do that. So I'm going to set this little girl aside. All right, so there she is. And I'm thinking, where do we want to go next from here? So we also have these cute little girl pockets. I love these little girls. I don't know about you guys, but I think they're adorable. So I want to put them in various places, you know, where there's not any lace or anything like that, or any paper that matches it. So we want to do the opposite. And I'm thinking, just kind of have to flip through here and see what we've got to work with. All right. That would be a good page. The thing is they don't have to be on a page together. So I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to find a page and put them on it. Okay, I think I'm going to go on this side for now. I also like when I put these pockets in, if possible, to do it as flat as possible. So let's do it right here. You know, I always like to start out putting the big stuff on the flat pages. I just told you that, but I do have my reasons for that. I think the pockets hold things better. Now, I have not decorated these pockets. Really, I haven't decorated any of the pockets, and a lot of times I do that ahead of time, but I just decided this time we'd do it together. Some of them pretty much decorate themselves, you know. And so that's nice. When it starts trying to leak on me is when I kind of tip it around here. Okay. There we go. Okay, now let me clear all this, any excess glue that might be hanging around. Okay. Now, when I do these pockets, I always like to, something is under there, and I can't figure out what it is. I don't know what it is. All right, here we go. Maybe it's just my imagination, right? Got to tuck these little hinges under. Come on. Come on, get under there. When you add hinges, it's a little harder to get it to go under, but you know, I used to just glue my pockets flat down. And I started realizing that you really couldn't put anything in those pockets, but that's how I had watched people do it and had learned to do it. So that's why I did it that way to start with. Okay. Now, let's see. Now we have a little space here in the middle like I usually leave, so that we can put like belly bands or bigger things inside here, so that when your book starts getting puffy, it will have a place to grow. So that's how I usually do it. Okay, so I'm thinking, do we want to add anything to this? I just don't want to mess with their little faces, you know. It kind of looks like they're in on this page. Now, I'm not ready to stuff the pockets yet. We'll do that once everything dries. So I think we'll go on. This is signature 1, so let's go on into signature 2 and put the other one in signature 2 somewhere. And we did that one on a... Oh, here is the belly band. I did put the belly band in because it takes longer to dry. And I thought it turned out really cute. Added some different black print here on the one side and some of this ruffle. Yeah, I thought that turned out cute. Okay, so let's go in here. Let's go next to these lips. That's a cute place to put it, huh? You know, when I put stuff in my book, I don't really do any kind of... I just try to put the same amount in one signature as I do in the other, because obviously I don't decorate every single page. I would never get a book done, but I try to decorate enough to entice you to do the rest and to give you plenty of space to do the rest. And you can do what you'd like on it then. And if anyone ever wants a book, it'd have to be a custom, but if anyone ever wanted a book that you could decorate only, I'm willing to do that too for anyone, and then send along some of the papers for you to match up, or at least what I have in them. Sometimes I have extras of the pages I put inside the book. Sometimes I don't. It just depends on the kit, or it's not really a kit. When I say kit, I mean paper pad. It depends on the paper pad and how many sheets it has, and whether I had already used some of it, you know. It's a lot of variations, but I would even include your vintage pages and so forth, and tea stain pages. I know everybody's different and likes things different. So, okay, so here we go. Trying to make sure I don't have that everywhere. Okay. Go down right there, little lady. It's the one on the inside that's usually the hardest to get under. Sometimes if I have trouble getting these pockets to stay in, I will hinge them. Not hinge them. I will put clips on them. Can you guys tell I just woke up from a nap? I'm not talking too straight. I've said, called the glue ink, and no telling what else. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So if there's anything you guys would like to see that I haven't done on my channel, and you would like to see that, just message me and tell me, Paula, I'd like to see whatever. And if I know how to do it, or I've done it, I'll be happy to do that. I'm thinking about doing some, everybody's so into the collage thing. I'm thinking about doing some watercolor collage. Now you're saying, what is that? Well, I'll let you know when I figure it out. I've got it in my head. But I just want to do something different. I would have to play with it. It'd probably be a long time before I ever get it figured out. But I've seen people do papers that were similar to collages. Okay, now let's move on back to the front and let's find a spot for the side tucks or the side pockets. I'm trying to decide if I want to put them on a... Okay, so we know that one's on that side. Put one on this side. Okay. Let's do it like this. Now, these don't have to be across from each other. They can be just, you know, I remember when I first started doing them, I would always put them one on the right, one on the left, across from each other. But I haven't been doing that so that you can spread it out throughout the book and have a little more to choose from. Okay. Yeah, this stuff is coming out thin. It's all right. Okay. We glue our pockets down. We'll just get a bone folder after them. That's what I usually do if the little bit of glue gets inside. I've noticed on these kind of pockets, you almost, unless you have something thick in these pockets, you usually have to use like a clip or something, which I think can look really cute, especially if you decorate the clip. Oh my goodness. Goodness, goodness. So you guys message me and tell me what you're working on. Are you working on a journal? Or are you just piddling, making tags? You know, what? Tell me what you're doing. I'm fixing, I think my next book, I think we're going to do a rainbow page next when we finish this. And then I think I'm going to do a botanical for my next book. So at least that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to use, I got some, I don't know what that is. It must be glue. I'm going to glue that down right there. All right. I just don't want the whole pocket to glue down. This one side is just taking its sweet time. And we all know it has plenty of glue on it, right? So, all right, now let me make sure it's still not gluing shut. Let me look. That is so weird. Right there. It must have just come right around the corner, because that's where it's at. Tomorrow is my husband's birthday. So he informed me that we were not going to diet on his birthday. Whatever that means. He must have something he wants in mind. Okay, so let me hold this down for one more second. I'm so sorry. It's being stubborn. Of course, it's also the nut behind the wheel, probably. All right, so now we're going to find a spot for the other one. And so this was on eyelashes, wasn't it? So let's see, what do we want to put it on over here? How about, we don't want to do the perfume because it's got flowers on it too. We've got lips. That's an awful lot of pink, huh? Let me see what else we've got in here. How about these hearts? We can do it with the hearts. Oh, no, I have it on the wrong side. So we got to have it on the left side. Let's see what we got on the left side. I try to cut one on the right side and one on the left so that it will have plenty of space. How about we put it right here? I don't have to worry about it looking like it's blending into the page here. I had these cut out in a different color, and I just felt like they... Oh, I know what it was. It was of the city, and I had already cut some different shape ones out, like the city. And I didn't. That's why I didn't want to do that. So, all right. Make sure we don't have anything dripping again. Let's do right here. Now... So like I told you before, this is a good book for a teenager, a young woman. I mean, even someone my age, if I really wanted to use it, because I think it's adorable. And I wouldn't be embarrassed to use one. And who knows anyway what you're doing with your journal. But it'd be good for little girls who are preteen or will be preteen. They don't even have to be old enough for it yet, but I think it would be great as like a little Christmas gift or birthday gift, or I give my grandkids stuff a lot of times on Easter and on Valentine's Day, and so it just depends on. So I think these, we actually got it down and didn't have any extra glue. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. Okay, so now we've got this big 3-pocket thing here I want to put in. I'm trying to see, I want to put it in the opposite signature. I try to balance it out. You know, if there's something big, I put it in the other one. Let's see, I'm trying to remember where the flip's in the second signature. So let's try to put it in the first signature. And let me see where we want to attempt to do that. Okay. We want it on a page that does not have lace. Let's see. Trying to decide, maybe right here would be perfect because there's not any lace there. Boy, you can tell the weather's changing. It's like in the 70s here today, and I haven't turned my air on. I just turned the fan on because I was getting hot. Okay, so what I suggest we do is pull out the tags. Oh, and I'll show you the tags in just a second. The tags turned out pretty cute, if I have to say so myself. See, look at this thing. It's just leaking everywhere. Just everywhere. I think it also has a hole in the cap because it's leaking right around the side. But it's pretty close to being gone. If it wasn't so expensive, I would just trash it when it does that. But got to be smart about our money, right? Because I would say you can get 2 books out of one of the large ones. Now, in the beginning, when I would make them, I wouldn't say that. I would say you could get 1 book because I was really glue happy. I'm not as bad now. Now, this is coming out super fast, and that's why it seems like I'm using a ton, but I'm really not. I'm going to rub this around with I have a, if I can find it, a tool that I use, but I'm just going to use this popsicle stick. It works just as well. I'm just going to smooth it out because I don't want all of it to be in one spot. I'm just going to smooth it out. Whoa, hang on. Yeah, I will tell you about putting the acetone in. You need to give it some time to settle in. Don't just jump right in like I did. You know, I'm tossing that thing. I'm sure I have plenty of them around here with all the grandkids. All right, so now we want to, remember when we do this, we want to put it in the middle and not quite up to the edge of the paper. At least that's how I like to do it. I don't know, I just got lucky getting that pretty center that time. Just got lucky. I'm trying to make sure I got all this, excuse me, all this portion down before and I just rub until I feel like maybe it's all stuck down pretty well. I just love these little pockets. I just think they turn out so cute. Yeah, there's a little bit right there, a little bit of glue. Okay, let me see if there's any more. I have stuff piled everywhere. Don't even have room for my poor little book to move. There we go. Just that one spot. It's a miracle. There's more on me than there is on the book, probably. Let me wipe my hand off here. I don't want to add it to the book. All right. So, we just need to get this one little spot clear on this side. I kind of smeared it up when I was wiping it off. I think I do have enough to make one more of these books. It won't be identical, but it will be similar. I know I have people a lot of times want more than one, you know, if they're giving them as gifts. Just making sure I got it all off. Nothing sticking out. Okay, so this one's ready, and I want to show you while we're in this area. I think I could go ahead and put the tags in, but I want to show you the tags. Let me see if I got them in order. Okay, so this is tag number 1. It's a little kitty cat. See? That's the daddy tag. Here's the mama tag. And here's the baby tag. Aren't they cute? I thought they were cute. And so when you put them into your pockets, you put them in that order. And when they pull them out, they have those. And then you can journal on the back of the tags. Yeah, and then I tied them with some black trim. Okay, that should be in. All right, so moving right along, let's see, we need to add the pockets for, let's see, let me think. I'm trying to decide where we want to put the city pockets. I'm trying to decide if I want to put them on a solid sheet or a printed sheet, because I don't want it to, see, that just looks busy, doesn't it? But at the same time, we don't want to put it on a solid white either. So here's one. We'll put it right here because this is not near as busy, see? I think I'm going to put it down to the right just to be different. Okay. Let me wipe off this stupid glue that's leaked while we were talking. Yeah, it has a big hole in the side. I can see it. I'm using it anyway. It's just trying to get out of working. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Make sure we don't have any seep into the inside. Nope. We're good to go. Okay, this one has the hinges built in, so don't have to worry about it. So you guys tell me what you think about this this paper, and tell me what age you think this would be best for. I have a niece in college, and she may get one. I'll have to see how my paper holds out. All right. When I go to take the puppy outside to go to the restroom, I've just been sitting out and enjoying the sun. I had to actually get my sunglasses because it's so bright. You could almost just sit out there with a glass of tea and enjoy it. It's so pretty out. I would do that with her, except all she wants to do is eat everything. I'm telling you, she is a mess. I'm thinking that maybe we'll put the other one there so it won't, that's probably the one that it would be the least busy on. Oh no, it's busy there, isn't it? Oh, it's all right. We'll find something else. Maybe on this blue. Yeah, that's perfect. I tried to add some colorful, I didn't put old vintage pages in this because they just didn't look good, you know, because it being so bright white. But I did try inking some of the pieces in the beginning. Just didn't look good. It just looked dirty. So that's why I didn't end up doing that. Okay, so here we're putting this one in the first signature. There we go. No glue seeping out. What do you know? Well, maybe. I shouldn't brag too soon, should I? All right, now we have some belly bands, but I'm trying to decide if I want to reinforce them. I think they're going to be okay. We got a side tuck, which I want to add some, I'll add a ruffle or something too, but I got to find an area that is lower on, maybe I'll put it right in here, somewhere in here. Then we could put a ruffle on it. Got to decide, got to decide. Maybe on the back of this, no, it's right next to this lace. We don't want to do that. You got to kind of think about, you know, what's going to, this blue one is available, but this is going to be a side tuck. Let me see what the belly band would look like on here. No, or this belly band. That one would look good. It kind of looks like the ocean. Kind of like what you'd have in Chicago, you know. Let me trim it a little bit because I think it's going to be a little bit too long. Let me see. Yeah, I gotta trim it more than that, don't I? I try to start small and then add more as we go. Just a little bit more. Let's see. I like to add belly bands because it does give you places to put big things. And let me turn this way while we do that. So once I get it in place, I like to just run the glue across there. Be done with it. I'm gonna have to hold it up and, oh well, good night. It just decided to slide. Let's try that again. I'll just have to get the glue off the page behind it. Okay, let's go ahead and get it off of this page. I love, when I do my journals, I like to have notebook paper in there. And I like, if I'm doing a color scheme, I like to have, so in place of some of the other things, I put notebook paper in there for whatever young person or adult ends up with the book. Excuse me, I'm bumping into things on my table. My trimmer, my large trimmer, my big one that I got for Christmas, I'm trying to keep on my table. But it does kind of take up a lot of space. Okay, so now we got to turn this around and do this other side and hopefully not have the same problem. Okay. Okay. So I guess I told you guys my daughter was about to turn 40. She was exhausted when when her husband and daughter went off to Egypt and Turkey and Paris. She, you know, she was working and taking care of Charlie, and it was spring break, and yeah, she was having a really good time doing that. Okay, so that worked out perfect for that one. It looks really good on that blue because it kind of does look like the ocean. Okay, now we have this one I want to do a side tuck on, but I do really want to find a place that has no lace on it. that is strong enough. Oh, right here, I just found it. Just found the right one. Okay, so I want to punch, find my corner punch. I want to punch the corners because I'm going to put it right here. Now, it's not supposed to be the length of the book. I'm going to put this on first, and if I have time, we'll put the ruffle on here too, because we're getting real close. So what I'm going to do is when this video's over, I'm going to see how much I have left for us to do, and I may come back and finish the rest of it. Okay, so there we go. So I'm going to put the glue on this portion. And I just put one strip, but I guarantee you it still comes out of there. Okay, now I'm going to turn it around this way. Hopefully you guys in the back, you guys in the back you guys on camera are at home. Okay, let's see. Let's make sure it's not sticking to some other pages. It's thought that I felt it do it. A little bit, nothing big. Let's see, cause see the pages are all uneven. I don't know what it's sticking to. I guess it's still eased out a little bit. Okay. Kind of get that off of there so they don't stick together. Okay, now let's see if it's sticking to this page. Nope, nothing on the pink, just on the one. Okay, I could have slipped something underneath. It might have helped, right? Let's do that now. Let's do that now that we're done. Now I am going to go ahead and line this with some ruffle trim. But I'm trying to decide if I want to use my normal ruffle, which I don't know if it would look as good with that trim. I might use the other that I used on. Let me get out this other one that I used on my yeah, this one. I used this on the belly band, and so I'm thinking maybe we'll use this on here. So it'd be some kind of, be a little bit alike, but a little bit different for the look of the outside of the page. I like to put ruffles and stuff like that because then it gives, when you see the side of the book, you get some different type of look. Okay. I love this, but I never know really how I want to use it because it looks different on both sides. Like this shows to be the right side, but then when you flip it over like this, it shows to be the back side. But I think we'll do the back side this time because both sides look okay. I used the other side for the other part, so we'll just be different. All right. Now, let me move this over a little bit. I'm going to let it hang off, and then when it dries, we can trim it. Come on. So I'm going to fold this in half. slide it back under there. We don't have to deal with it. Well, what do you know? It just brought its friends with it. There we go. I'm telling you, there's a lot of time and thought that has to go into these books, because I think they, you never know from one book to the next what you're going to have trouble with. You know, I try to, if I have trouble with something, I try to improve that on the next book, you know, because that's, I guess that's how you learn as you go. That's what we tell the kids anyway. Okay, I don't see anything on the bottom of this leaking, so I'm going to leave that right there for now until we know that's completely dry. All right, guys, I think this is a good place to stop so we can I can let this part dry. And if I have time, or if I have everything I need, I'll come back and we'll put some more things in. I just got to see what we've got left to put in. And then we'll go back and start adding whatever goes in the pockets and so forth. Although I don't have all of that ready, but I have some of it. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did. And welcome to the new subbies. Thanks for joining us. And I appreciate all my old subbies. See you guys next time. Bye.